Hello again, everyone. I'm Randy from Randy's World Philippines, and today we're going to be talking about all of the small, hilarious, sometimes baffling, just quirks of everyday life here in the absolutely beautiful Philippines. I'm actually on my terrace now. Let me show you. You can hear the roosters in the background. I do live truly out in the province of Cebu, but let me just show you here. The sun is coming up. The beach is right across the way there. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here. Ladyboys, I mentioned about items being out of stock, exact change, and Filipino time. These things are just a way of life here, and I'll go into a little bit more detail. So if you've ever been confused, maybe entertained, laughed at some things, but then maybe later got frustrated, it's just some of the culture shock here that you're gonna experience, but you're not alone. So let's dive right into all of these things, and I'll sum it up for you, and you'll feel a little bit better about it if and when you come to this absolutely beautiful country. Okay, let's talk about item number one on my list, Filipino time. Boy, this was a difficult one for me to get used to. I'm super punctual. If I tell you I'm gonna be somewhere at 8:15, I'm usually going to be there 7:45, 8 o'clock. And if your phone is not blowing up by 8:15, something bad's happened to me, right? My phone has died, which I guess it isn't that bad. It can be, at least for me. I would be panicking. Or I've been hurt, or something awful's happened. I'm usually very, very punctual. And in America, that's kind of the way that we usually are, and we think of it as a respect thing. But Filipino time is just a casual, funny way to categorize how Filipinos interpret time and punctuality. Life moves slower here in a wonderful way. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but life moves slower. Life is much more casual here. 6 p.m. usually means 8 p.m. If you're supposed to meet someone for lunch at 1, it's not uncommon they'll be there at 1:30 or 1:45 with no text or no call saying, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late. It's expected you're going to be late. Maybe we could call it fashionably late here in the Philippines. And again, it's not rude. It's just part of the culture, and it's just part of the slowness and the casual and the ease of life that is here. So if and when you do come to the Philippines, and I hope that you do, just be prepared to know that it isn't always punctual all of the time. Just sit back and enjoy. Okay, so now let's talk about when you go to purchase something. When you're at a retail place, okay, whether it be a store or a hardware store or a grocery store or even a Jollibee or a fast food restaurant. I don't know if it's just that there's a coin shortage here. We did experience that in America a couple of years ago. I don't know if that's what it is here, or maybe they just, the businesses don't carry a lot of change. I don't know. But I have discovered that if your bill is 915 pesos and you have 1,000 peso bill, you would go to pay with that 1,000 peso bill and expect to get change back, right? Well, you will always, and it's just very common to the point where I usually am looking in my pocket before they even ask. You will be asked, sir, do you have 15 pesos? That way they can give you back exactly 100. Yeah, exactly 100. If you give them 1,000 and then 15. And again, I don't know if it's about a coin shortage issue, but I remember I was at actually the airport because I just went away for a short vacation to Boracay Island, which is just absolutely stunning. But anyway, I was there, and I was at the airport at the coffee shop, and I went to go pay for something. They said, sir, do you have 5 pesos? Because my bill was like 305 pesos. So I go into my pocket to get my 5 pesos, and she sees I have a lot of change. And she asks me, she says, oh, sir, can I buy that change from you? She wanted to exchange it out. And I said, well, if you do that, then it's going to leave, I need the change too, because the next 5 people I buy something from, or 10 or 100, are going to be asking me for change also. So I don't want to I didn't say all this, but I don't want to solve your problem just to create a bigger one for me, and indirectly someone else. Because if you don't have the correct change and you're at a small sorry store, or it literally means variety store, or one of these small stores down on the road here, and you don't have the exact change, you very well may not get the product. Or you may have to come back the next day or later on. So when you come to the Philippines, and I hope you do, when you come here to live or to visit, vacation, I hope that you consider bringing plenty of change with you, but don't let everyone know that you got it, because they'll try and get it from you, which will make your life and others indirectly later on more difficult. Okay, now we're going to talk about out of stock, sir. Out of stock, ma'am. This is a super common phrase. You will hear it, at least, in my opinion, with my experience, 50% of the time that you go shopping, particularly when it comes to big items. Now, I don't mean big items as in like big ticket items, and that could be the case. I went to go buy a mini fridge, and there's one on display. Well, I don't want the display because everyone's been touching it and everything. I want it new in the box. I want to be sure it has the manual and it has all the packaging. And you're going to hear all the time, like I did today or yesterday, I heard, out of stock, sir. Sorry, sir, out of stock. I went to go buy a new shower head. I just finished building my house, and I bought a new shower head attachment for the upstairs bathroom. And all they had was the display. Well, unfortunately, when they took the display down, they left some pieces behind, as opposed to if you buy it in a box, everything normally is in there with the manual and everything that you need, the packaging, etc. So it's just one of those things that it seems as if items that come in big boxes, there's supply chain issues, there's economic issues, and there's storage issues with where retailers keep their product for storage, like in a warehouse or in the back, that they may only order one item of whatever you see in the advertisement or in the store. That's the stock. You're looking at the stock, and that's the new stock. It's the one thing they have in stock. So that's another quirk that you may have to get used to if and when you come to the Philippines, and I hope you do. I also want to add that there's other issues too. There's, as I mentioned, supply chain and economic issues, but there's also the issue of the Philippines is, although it's a country with over 7,000 islands, just a little piece of info for you, 7,000 islands, it's difficult to get to in terms of where it's at. If they're ordering product from the States, it's got to come from a pretty long way across the water to get here. It's not as simple as it is in the U.S., where you can have something delivered to you by drone through Amazon. It's not like that here. Import delays, there's import taxes, there's all this other miscellaneous stuff. So just keep that in mind. One other thing I want to talk about. So where I come from in America was part of the Bible Belt. And it's a little bit different out there than it is, say, in California or some of the other different progressive areas, okay, of the United States. So when I first came here, I saw a lot of ladyboys, trans, okay, and it kind of took me back a little bit. It did make me feel uncomfortable. It just kind of took me back, it's just not as open. I had not used to seeing it as open as it is here. And I've got to say, I was, I mentioned I was in Boracay last week, and I met some of the most nicest ladyboys that I have ever met. Well, probably one of the few, but some of the nicest people, put it like that I've ever met were these ladyboys. And I got to tell you something else. This is a little bit off subject, but still the same. The ladyboys here look prettier and more feminine than the straight, feminine women, the straight women in America. They do a good job. They do a very good job, and they're very sweet, and they try to play that role. I don't know if I'm saying that. I don't care about being politically correct, but I'll just say play that role that they're trying to portray if they feel like they're a woman. And they're more feminine than the women are in America. And it was actually kind of refreshing and respectable. And slowly the ladyboys will start to, seeing them around will, if you are uncomfortable when you see them at first, it will slowly, they'll grow on you, for lack of a better word. It's just more accepting here. It's almost refreshing to see someone try so hard to be feminine and to keep that ladylike posture. The Ladyboys here are even more feminine than some of the ladies here. And the ladies here are already very feminine. Women act like women here, and the Ladyboys act more like women. It's the most incredible, amazing. It's just interesting. So when you come to the Philippines, and I hope you do, be prepared for that. But it'll bring a smile to your face. So yeah, life in the Philippines, it can be a little unpredictable, a little confusing in some aspects, but I guarantee you that this country is full of character. There's a lot of charm here. There's a lot of heart. There's pride. The big thing here is you just have to come here with an open mind and be ready to actually experience life on a slower level. Not this go, 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 go that we feel in America all the time, all day, every day. Go here, do this, buy this. It's not like that here. So when you come to the Philippines, and I hope you do, have your mind opened and you'll become a better person from it. Trust me. I want to give you one more quick view of where I'm at here in Cebu. The beach is directly across the street. You can't see it, it's just behind those trees. There's some steps that go down. And I'm sitting here on my terrace in this beautiful, beautiful country where the food is amazing, where the people are friendly. Coming here on a visa is easy. Getting your visa extension is easy. Just stay out of trouble. Just contribute to the economy. Make friends. Introduce yourself to people. Just talk to people. They might be a little nervous to talk to you at first, because you're a foreigner and they have to use their English. And English is a second language here, so majority of people at minimum understand basic English. They may be nervous to express it to you and to talk to you, but break them out of their shell, and I guarantee you they'll open up to you. So the Philippines is just a life-changing place to be. It's a game changer. There you go, game changer. That's the word I'm looking for. So let me ask this: if you've ever experienced out of stock po, which is the nice thing they say at the end of a sentence, just as of respect. They're not calling you po. It's just something you put at the end of a sentence that's respectful. So if you've ever heard out of stock po, out of stock ma'am, I'm sorry sir, it's out of stock. Or you've experienced Filipino time on your own. Okay, I know I have several times. Or if you've maybe encountered some ladyboys and maybe you were a little bit kind of taken back, but then you realize, hey, they're great people. Super nice. Look how beautiful she is. They're not hurting nobody. And they're happy. And they want you to be happy too. Or if you've had a negative experience with Exact Change. You went to go research a product and you went to go buy it. You saw it in the store. You go to buy it and you're all excited. You get there and you don't have they don't have change for your 3,000 pesos. So you just don't get it. Or you have to come back the next day, or you have to come back later. Hit that like button. Let me know your experience. Go down to the comment and give me just a quick rundown of how you experienced this, how you handled it, and how you feel now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Share this with your friends too.